Hello dear students, how are you? Today we are going to open up chapter number 1. Title is Gaseous Exchange or Breathing, Class Metric, Federal Board, Islamabad. So title of the chapter is Gaseous Exchange. Gaseous exchange, or you can say ventilation, that may be another appropriate title, or even you can say breathing. So how we are going to discuss this chapter? First of all, we would like to have what is the concept of this chapter. Then inshallah you'll proceed toward the phases, and then its significance or importance. डियर याद रखिएगा, किसी भी टॉपिक को ओपन करने से पहले अपने कॉन्सेप्ट को स्ट्रेंथन करना ज़रूरी होता है ताकि आप उस चीज़ को आसानी से समझ सकें. तो लेट्स सी व्हाट इज गैशियस एक्सचेंज. द वर्ड गैशियस ऑफ कोर्स रेफर टू द गैसेस. Exchange means to take something and give something out. So the terms come, we will exchange gases. What kind of gases? Obviously we are related with the breathing. So it means that we are concerned with the exchange of respiratory gases. Now what are respiratory gases? Of course, one, the oxygen, and the second one in carbon dioxide. So to understand the concept, you can see this diagram. Something is coming from outside. What is coming? Oxygen. And something is given to the environment. What is that? Carbon dioxide. So we can justify कि कोई चीज environment से ली जा रही है. What is that? Oxygen. और कोई चीज environment को दी जा रही है. What is that? Carbon dioxide. So it means that this is exchange of what? Oxygen and carbon dioxide, which is one the gaseous exchange. You can see that we are going to add something to the living body. What? Oxygen. And we are going to remove something from the body. What is that? Carbon dioxide. It means that we are going to clean the body. अगर हम body को clean कर रहे हैं, तो it means that this is ventilation. So another term that you can use for gaseous exchange, it is ventilation, mean cleaning of the body. Or you can make the use of another term for the gaseous exchange. This is what? Breathing. So the concept is the process by which oxygen rich air is taken in and carbon dioxide rich air is given out. What kind of process it is? Biochemical? No, not at all. It is what kind of process? Physical process. Now, coming to the definition. It is a physical process by which oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out by the living organism. This process is gaseous exchange or ventilation or breathing. There is another point you must understand. When we say taking in of oxygen and giving out of carbon dioxide, this is a wrong statement. If you go into the detail, you will see taking in of oxygen rich air and giving out of carbon dioxide rich air. Reason क्या है भाई कि ऑक्सीजन इंस्पायर्ड एयर के अंदर भी मौजूद है, ऑक्सीजन एक्सपायर्ड एयर के अंदर भी मौजूद है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इंस्पायर्ड एयर के अंदर भी मौजूद है, एक्सपायर्ड के अंदर भी मौजूद है. तो इसका मतलब है कि जिसमें ऑक्सीजन ज्यादा होगी that will be taken in, और जिसमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ज्यादा होगी that will be given out. So most appropriate definition is it is a physical process by which oxygen rich air is taken in and carbon dioxide rich air is given out. This process is called as gaseous exchange, ventilation or breathing. Hope the basic concept of the breathing is clear to everyone. Now if we talk about the animals, lungs are involved. If we talk about the plants, you can have small pores. और उन pores का नाम क्या रखा हमने? Stomata. Yes. Now coming to the second heading, that is the phases. You can see there are two main phases. One, inspiration or inhalation. And what about the other? Expiration or exhalation. So step number 1 is inspiration. Step number 2 is expiration. If someone asks you define inspiration, you can easily define that the process by which oxygen rich air is taken in, or define expiration, the process by which carbon dioxide rich air is given out. So how many phases we can have? 2 phases. Yes, one is inspiration and other is expiration. Now coming toward the third heading, let us see what is its importance. क्या ये breathing important है या नहीं है, और अगर है तो इसकी इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है? इसके लिए मैंने एक स्केच बनाने की कोशिश की. अगर आप इधर देखेंगे, ऑक्सीजन इज कमिंग आउट. आई से देयर इज नो ब्रीदिंग. नो ब्रीदिंग, देन देयर विल बी नो टेकिंग इन ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. आई सपोज कोई ब्रीदिंग नहीं है, कोई ऑक्सीजन बॉडी के अंदर नहीं आ रही है जी. देन ऑफ कोर्स देयर विल बी नो सेलुलर रेस्पिरेशन. आपने पढ़ा होगा द रेस्पिरेशन टेकिंग प्लेस इन द सेल, that is called a cellular respiration. And you might know different steps are there, the glycolysis, the Krebs cycle, the electron transport chain. I'm talking about that. मैं फर्ज करता हूँ ऑक्सीजन नहीं है, यानी गैसेस एक्सचेंज नहीं है, यानी ब्रीथिंग नहीं है. Then there will be no oxygen. Of course there is no question of cellular respiration. और अगर cellular respiration नहीं है तो there will be no generation of ATP. And if there is no ATP, then there is no question of एनर्जी. तो क्या लाइफ पॉसिबल है विदाउट एटीपी? नो. क्या एनर्जी बॉडी के अंदर जनरेट की जा सकती है विदाउट सेलुलर रेस्पिरेशन? नो. क्या सेलुलर रेस्पिरेशन बगैर ऑक्सीजन के हो सकती है? नहीं. तो मैं कैसे इसको सम अप करूं इंपॉर्टेंस को? मैं कहूंगा कि इट इज द प्रोसेस विच प्रोवाइड्स ऑक्सीजन रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द सेलुलर रेस्पिरेशन, which in turn is responsible for the generation of energy in the form of ATP, and this ATP is utilized for various metabolic activities of the body. Why? Because this is the ATP which is regarded as currency of the living world. So hope concept is clear, phases are clear, importance is clear. Now there is another important topic which is related to it, respiratory surface. So you must know what is respiratory surface or what are its characteristic features. So if I am talking about one, the respiratory surface mean the surface through which respiration occurs. That is called as respiratory surface. If I am talking about one, hold for a while. Please hold for a while. So I would like to explain what is respiratory surface. The respiratory surface, as the name indicates, the surface through which respiration occurs. I am going to draw this surface. Say, on one side you can have area A or environment A, and this is say B. So when I say A, it means that it is environment. Environment.